Greetings everyone, Surgical here, and here is building 1 of Gatehouse.
First, I want to thank you all for watching my channel. I owe you guys an explanation. I've recently been going through some personal stuff, a divorce and all that, and my living arrangement have changed quite a bit. I do have to do some renovation and all that, and having physical disability, everything is taking a lot longer to be able to get things done. So my channel has suffered a little bit about this, and for that I apologize. But moving forward, there's so much that I want to do, like I explained before in earlier videos. I'm learning to balance doing this and working with what I have to do around here. So this is not going to change now for quite some time. Just the decoration will change, but I'm not moving anywhere else, but I'm staying here for a while, so it's not going to interfere with the channel. All right, enough of all this, and let's get back into it.
Keeping modularity in mind, I will be designing different modules to change the second floor and make a tower in here. But let's go and see how it's printing. So now I'm just printing the door in brown just because it's easier and the doors are in wood. So I will be painting on top of them to add some more effects. I made a small flyby of the building while I was building it, as well as I'm going to be offering those files as the building being built. So you'll have a full version of the building finished, and you'll have a midway under construction version of it with some bricks laid behind and some tiles for the flooring. I'm just playing around with the flyby using a space mouse. So I place the bricks one by one individually, and initially when I make them as a rectangular perfect shape, and then I modified using an add-on to Blender, and it's random, so each of those bricks are different. There's no repeats in any of them, and sometimes it hasn't shown here yet, or I'm not sure if I recorded this part. Some of the bricks don't change properly. So instead of doing it, especially when I do in groups, so that's why I'm doing it individually, it eliminates the error, or if there's an error in one of the bricks that is being modified, I can see it right away instead of having to hunt for it or miss it completely. Now that the building is finished, let's go and print it. And it's always fascinating to see the printing being done like this. I change a filament midway. You can see the building now printed and finished and painted. Now to work on the second floor, I delete all the stuff underneath the first layer, the last layer, so I can better manage the module that's going to go on top and how they're going to be connecting and secured on spot. Now, the great thing about this is that later on I can do a different second floor and put it on there, so the building can be completely modular with different modules, different design, past the first level. The section you're seeing here is the walkway, the wooden walkway that will pass from the rampart walls over on the top of this building and then connect to the overpass where the entrance of the city will be. So this is just a framework, and I'm playing around with the blocks. Instead of them being just blocks, I want them to have a wood effect. So I'm roughing up the edges and things like that. Now, since it's FDM printing and it's not really going to be a space that's going to be seen, I don't really need to do the vein and the sinews of the wood for that, because it's so small, the scale is so small that when you paint it and you finish it, that's where you're going to have the variance for it. Now, if it was a flatter, wider area like the doors that I did earlier, then I will put the wood grain into it because it's a visual feature. But for a small 4mm by 4mm square shape timber, then you won't be able to see it, and it's going to be covered anyway. Just the imperfection gives the impression when you paint it that it's not just one straight beam. Even if you were to print in resin, which it would be very expensive to do so, but if you don't have an FDM, you can still print in resin. But in this case, for where this is, you don't really need those details there. Here's the flyby with the overpass. Again, the details of the wood grain is not very important. It's so thin and small that painting with the wash will really give the effect as you've seen in the photo. And I have two versions of that overpass. You can see as the scale is, it's not that important that there's details in the wood grain. Please don't forget to subscribe, to like, leave a comment, and a special thank you to Andrew Sutton, who's contributing to my channel on Patreon. His contribution is helping me to pay and cover the cost of the material and the paint. Currently it's printing the guardhouse, and this is how it looks like when it's painted. I just put the miniature in there. It's not a house until you have a roof. Now I'm printing the roof in two ways. This is a flat, and it's not really realistic for the top part. And angled like this, I know it uses support, but the effect is a lot more realistic. You gotta love the time lapse, it's so cool. It's finally time to assemble everything, and it's always great when the dogs are play fighting while I'm recording. I'm just gonna leave that in because why not? They're funny. So the door are functional, you can switch them as well. That's the gatehouse is placed first, so you can align the overpass properly. Now the door is functional, as you can see. Also make sure the alignment underneath, you can see, is facing properly that way, to the right. Also, for the third segment, I guess I didn't record the making of it and the printing of it and all that, unfortunately. Here's the roof, and the building is completed. There's other parts that are going to be designed to continue the walkway. But now, if you see how the clip system works, you can connect the rest of the rampart wall. The surface where I'm recording this, I didn't realize there's something underneath somewhere, the cardboard. So that's why it's separating like this. But if it's on a flat surface, there won't be a gap in between both tiles, and it's going to connect smoothly. As you can see, when I lift it like that, it's smooth. It's just the surface is not flat. And again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and please leave a comment. It goes a long way to attract attention to my channel. And don't forget the other terrain I have, like this dice tower. It's free to download. Take care.